Hello, my beauty. So, adding on from what I was talking about the Mandela effect and timeline shifts. Timeline shifts are rumoured to be caused by a few things. So I've heard a rumour. I say a rumour because I can't cite where it's from, because I can't remember. But I've heard a rumour that the part of the Galactic Collective, that's not the Galactic Federation, but this is a voluntary group, which I can't remember their title either, but the Galactic Collective have notified certain people that they have ordered the shutdown of CERN. So they've said that CERN, which is an acronym for something, can't remember what, no facts here, it's an acronym, but basically it's a hadron collider. Now, there's obviously the one we all know about, which is CERN, and then interestingly, with a statue outside of it that is connected to the cabal or their negative worship. And but I mean, the official theory is that it smashes particles together and they learn about different types of physics, mainly I think quantum physics, which is quite an in-depth and complicated science, but one that is really now aligning with the ascension of Earth and the spirituality that is growing within. I'm not talking about religions, I'm talking about the spiritual nature that people are now connecting to of the planet. So the Hadron Colliders, apparently there is also, this is rumoured to be said, there is also one in China, no surprise there, and there is also one, I think, in Iran. There could be another one, but I know that there's definitely at least two others, as well as the one in the US. Now, as said, CERN was due to be closed, and it was closed, and it was officially said that it was for repairs, a bit like National Rail closed for repairs, replacement bus service to in service. But what I've heard is that those connected to the Galactic Collective, and I can't remember what they're called, but the Galactic Collective have said that they have ordered that CERN be closed because of how it's being used. That's what's been said. It's like it's being used nefariously, and it's, you know, you've done it too much, time to stop. But that sort of marries up with the belief that is also, rumour has it, that CERN is what causes the Mandela effect. So timeline shifts. Now, more of a guy called Max. Now, I can't remember what Max's surname is, but a guy called Max Guy Anderson and a guy called Max were having a fascinating conversation about time travel. And they were talking about the fact that there was this young lad who took part in an operation, I can't remember what it was called anyway, Operation something or other, whereby he was sent in through technology that allowed time travel, and he was sent back and then he was sent forward, and then there's a couple of pictures of him that he claims that are him. He was a young boy. But what I've learned about timelines, because they were discussing timelines and how can you sort of go back and change something in the past and then it doesn't mess up the whole of the future. But and I think they referred to Back to the Future and other time travel films. But what I understand from time travel, because it's possible to you just come out of your body and astro travel. So just using your astro body, you can astro travel to places. You can astro travel through times. And but what I understood is that if you go back, and I don't imagine you can, I mean, you might be able to change things by going back in your astral body, but not everyone can see you when you're in your astral body. I know some people can see you, but you are sort of in another dimension. I think it's 5th dimension you're travelling in, so, or it could be higher. So you're not necessarily visible to all in order to change something. Who knows? Anyway, but if you to use this technology that they're stating that can take you back, you go back, and if you were to change a significant event, you would change the future, but you would only change the future on that timeline. So then to return to your old timeline, you'd be sort of coming from that timeline back again. But that old timeline you have now changed has now got not crossroads, but a fork in the road. So there's now 2 timelines coming off of that one timeline. So that's what I understand about timeline and travelling, time travel. But going back to CERN, I'm interested to know how, I know that HAARP controls weather and always how. I think it was rumoured when HAARP first was set out in the US that was having something to do with the weather. And nobody really knows, or no one's really come up with anything firm that I've latched onto about who's controlling the weather. Not who, but what is controlling the weather. But we do know for sure that CERN has opened portals and allowed other entities through it, and has sat down, those entities have sat down with CERN officials, and this came from a CERN scientist who had whispered to another scientist who was actually a whistleblower. So there's a lot to be said about CERN, but I just thought I would just cover bits and bobs that run on from the Mandela effect. So I hope that's interesting for you.